Yeah, it's time for bedtime. Nah, we had dinner plans, and I had everything moved back so I could commentate this match. We're supposed to pick somebody up at 5. And it's almost 4. It's 3:30. Okay, so they got Darsk and Bricks. Okay.
Xazio, isn't he called Marcin on Twitch? I kind of figured that out recently. I didn't even know that.
I don't actually know. Marcin was in chat, and I'm guessing he is playing. But yeah, okay. Trimme. Yeah, that is actually everybody. Everybody in right now. There you go. Okay. So, actually looks like the lobby's populated already as well. So pretty much ready to get started.
Okay, so we see Yanni Ahonen, pretty new player. He didn't, he joined the competitive scene pretty recently, actually. He hasn't been around for too long. Also, Xazio is also pretty new to the competitive scene. It's gonna be interesting to see how they are going to perform.
Yeah. A lot of players that we're gonna see today that we haven't actually seen much playtime at all. So
Yeah, that's
cool.
is for Costa Rica. Bright Stream, also Costa Rica. Oh, Jan is from Xbox, okay. But yeah, I think Xazio and Jan both don't have much experience with wars, because they've mostly been playing FFA or ranked duos, so I guess 4v4 is gonna be a new experience for them.
Okay, so loading screen for the first round here we've got on Polar Pass. Ah, that's right. There. Synced. Basically perfectly synced. Hog.
Nice.
Okay, so remember we got Ovo on the right there with the purple crate. Gets taken out early here. 5 taking the early lead.
And gets a shield, which is a very useful item in general at the start of a match, so yeah, effortlessly makes Big Boy, takes the Boomba crate without actually hitting the beacon, and now with that mask in 5th place, he can take out everyone in his path, and takes out Xazio. Well played. Oh, 5 gets a shield so early on. Yeah, we are seeing some really good moves from Overwest here. He's been taking out 2 players with that mask, and he's not behind 5. If 5 makes no mistake, and no item is coming, then it's gonna be pretty favorable for him.
Yeah. Ovo's kind of catching up with him already, though, but yeah he's got to pull an item to be able to contest him.
Yeah, and even if he takes his blue shield away, 5 has a bomb in storage, a juiced up bomb even, so yeah, that's not a position you want to be in. Of course, Overwest doesn't know what item 5 has, but yeah.
I haven't decided what icon I want to use for for the other teams since they don't have their own.
Use the super engine.
I was thinking about it.
Because O was super engine.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess that kinda does the job. Oh, okay, so now things look different. Oh, with the 2 blue shields on second place, which
Gets
means
the takedown.
oh, 5 even loses fire and takes the second shield away, but gets overtaken.
Streamlax.
Oh wow, okay, we are seeing some crazy glitches.
Yeah, so now Ovo getting the overtake there, and nice gap already.
Ovo is a very consistent and very fast front runner. It's really nothing to shrug off. He just goes fast and he stays fast. He doesn't do any mistakes. Whenever he's in front, he usually stays there. Like, he just rarely ever does mistakes. And as you've said earlier, it's not common for Ovo to end up with 80 points at the end of a match, which is kind of insane at this level of competition.
Let me put it this way. I think it would be kind of cool to have an all-stars thing of some sort, because you have both of these teams actually have very strong players in them, like arguably some of the strongest in the entire World Cup. It's just, unfortunately, they play on very small teams with, you know, limited amount of players.
Yeah.
Like Ovo, like unironically, probably one of the best players out there for like a 4v4 setting.
Ovo has done God's work for Costa Rica in this World Cup. He's basically carried the entire team on his back the entire time.
Yeah.
And I mean, not discarding the effort the other players have done, but it's just Ovo's positions that he gets, the points that he gets, just massively dictate how Costa Rica plays us. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
massive difference.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the scores updated. So strong finish again from Ovo, as we kind of would have guessed. Nadi getting the second place finish there, followed by 5 in third. Yane getting 5th place as well. Javich finishing top 5. Excel legend. I think it would be more likely that Ovo would have joined Team Latin America, which actually would make probably a massive difference, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it would have been, considering he would have been able to team up with Dong, Qwerty, and other good players, it would have made a massive difference for sure.
Yeah. Okay, there's the scores updated. Getting ready to switch on over to Android Alley. Yeah, the main thing is now that they have played for their actual country's team, even if Costa Rica gets knocked out, they're not going to be able to say, okay, I'll play for US now, or whatever. Okay, into loading screen for Android Alley. Yeah, I mean, all things considered, if Latin America ended up being like Dong Bang, Ovo especially, I mean, even Killers played very solidly, like those 4 would be just really good for a Latin American team.
Yeah.
Ooh, 5 gets taken out early. Oh, just barely avoids the train there.
Yeah, we see Ovo not even taking time trial lines or anything, but I think what Ovo is really good at is just basically making it to the front and sneaking past the players. Basically, he's really good at that.
Yeah, exactly.
And he face beak as Mati.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely very strong at just making sure that people get shut down, and he can just sneak through the whole pack.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And but that missile, you can take out at least one of the Polish players here on the long straight section. Oh, and the missile, what? The missile decides to go nowhere?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess the missile be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nitro Fuel.
Yeah. Good job, Beanox. I mean, that should have been yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Actually, I suppose I could have kept the Costa Rica one as Coco, because all the other players are playing Coco except for Ovo.
I mean, you could probably even show 2 icons if it came down to it.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, even for Ovo in this position, it will be difficult to get him. To get, like, the opponents. He has to do some catching up if he really wants to. And but of course, he can.
This missile might take out that blue shield at the very least. Yeah, and there it is. Ooh.
Yeah, many people don't know it, but the missile actually doesn't go through the shortcut if it's not juiced up. It has to be a juiced up missile, otherwise it will explode.
Yeah, otherwise it drops too fast and hits the wall. Yep.
And with a well-timed bomb, he can take out... Oh no, he has a blue shield.
He has yet another blue shield, yeah.
You hate to see it.
He still has a chance to catch up and take that blue shield away, though. As you can see, he's getting the lines on him.
He's definitely outlining him pretty fast, even.
Yeah. Yeah, he can actually probably go for the bomb here if he really wants to take the risk, but no real point. I mean, look at this, yeah.
I mean, then again, if second player... he didn't even slow down or anything.
He had a Nitro in reserve there, and Ovo just very quickly reacted to it. And there he is, now gets the overtake. Yeah, Ovo's reactions are also very nuts.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
That's the best part about watching him play is he's not just a really good defensive player when he gets ahead, but he's insanely good at playing aggressively. What the fuck was that? the wall ride, and then he quickly reacts to that red beaker that was placed on the wall. Holy fuck, this guy is a human task. What the hell? That wall ride into the dodge was just fucking insane. Wow. 5 still getting the first place finish there.
Yeah, this looks like an overall win for Team Poland.
Yeah. Looks like Javich got bullied on Android Alley. Definitely not uncommon to happen for an Excel player.
Isn't Beanox working on the new Tony Hawk remaster? No, it's not Beanox. Someone else.
Is it not?
Isn't it VV? Vicarious Visions?
I thought it was Beanox.
Not sure actually.
It is Vicarious Visions. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't actually sure. Oh wait, no, that's right. Because I had mentioned NST, and I was like, man, really kind of weird that Vicarious Visions doesn't get to work on it, and they're like, it's because they're working on Tony Hawk. That makes sense. Yeah.
Hmm.
Go with the 8 points. With the 1. That should be correct. Get it updated. And there you go. So we do see Poland out in front right now by 14 points, getting into Slide Coliseum.
Yeah, I mean, despite Ovo's best efforts, he was basically he's basically the sole score maker of the team, basically almost. Like we can see the massive point difference. Bragg Stream sitting at 3 points, Dask at 5 points, Javich at 6 points, and then it's Ovo West with 18 points.
Yeah.
Like you can notice the gap already early on.
Blocked my 400 IQ joke. It probably had something to do with Ulu and Owo in it, and I didn't block it. They blocked it. Fun fact, Ulu and Owo are banned in my chat, and I am too lazy to fix it.
Yeah, Ovo West is definitely
Uwu
also
West.
yeah.
God damn it.
Also, pretty good on Slat Coliseum. I think we've even played against Costa Rica on Slat Coliseum, and I think he won that race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Slat Coliseum, one of the
that
more
nice outline too, actually, but just gets green shielded instead.
Slat Coliseum is a very interesting track in terms of game balance because it has no natural turbo pads, which means there's no way to get fire except by having a turbo canister or a super engine, and that causes some interesting gameplay effects, like the super engine suddenly becoming a pretty useful item on this track.
Actually, very useful if you can get the correct like order of them to pop up.
Yeah, considering how common the super engine is in the lower places, it's definitely an item that actually helps you catch up. Slat Coliseum is pretty much the only track where the super engine actually helps you catching up, but yeah, I mean, it's something, I guess.
Oh, and Ovo pulls up clock.
You rode 2 masks and a clock. Okay, well, what's that? What is that?
Actually insane. Let's see if he is able to communicate with the other players to make a play here. Looks like the second placed Penta is getting comboed here.
The best spot to use it is probably right when all the players are about to make the first tire jump, because if you fail that tire jump, you're gonna lose about 5 seconds to 10 seconds. And I guess they would time the clock so that it hits them right when 5. Oh, it hits them right now. Okay. Interesting move. I guess they probably waited for protection in that case. And with second place being able to catch up to 5, I guess he can take him out. Which then would allow Ovo to overtake him, and he doesn't get a hit.
Nope. So 5 actually still ahead.
Yeah, 5 is still ahead. Then again, any mistake here means it's the end for him.
And actually, that is Javich in second place, by the way.
Oh,
just to make that clear. Yeah. Yeah, definitely still a good finish for 5 there.
Yeah, Jareed, the man with acceleration, getting casual second place in a lobby full of good players, good speed players. Just think about that.
Yeah. A classic, honestly. I almost posted that in the wrong chat. Alright. I'm not sure, did Zerd actually get 8th there? Because it was showing his placement kind of bouncing around. I'm gonna go ahead and say that is the correct placement, but I might be wrong.
Was that even a win for Costa Rica? I think that was still a loss.
Math is hard. I think that's a win for Costa Rica. 2,
Okay,
3, 4,
okay.
5.
Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really? Okay, that's a 7-point win. Yeah, that's a 7-point.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yes, that's correct. And there you go. That should be the correct scores. Poland only ahead by 6 points right now.
How can they win by 8 points? They were ahead by 14 and now they are ahead by 6. That's not possible. Oh, you gave 2 players 5 points.
Did I? Fuck. Alright.
Yep.
Son of a bitch. Let's scroll up then. Okay. Darsk got 4 points. There we go.
Okay, that's correct. Okay.
Yeah. Normally I
7
double check it and don't have an issue, but yeah.
Yeah, still keeping it close. 5 at the moment, the MVP with the most points. Yeah, that's what loading screens are for. Thanks, Beanox. Allows us to fix scores.
Let's take a look at that. Actually, first I'll switch this over and update the song. Wait, what fucking track is next? Deep Sea.
Okay, who's going to win? The question is over West or 5?
Yeah.
Oh, and he goes for the tight shortcut. Wow. You never really see anyone do that in real races. But yeah, Over pretty much escaping early on at the start already. Knee is already gone. Oh, and he hits Maniac, I think is that. With the crazy back bump. Oh no, that was Jan Ahon. Okay, yeah, Maniac is even playing. I'm used to the yellow panda being Maniac.
Yeah.
Oh, 5 riding the tube wall with the mask, but unfortunately gets collisioned. Yeah, riding the tube wall is still kinda dangerous, even though the walls got patched, but it still sometimes screw you over.
Yeah.
Need to be careful, even with the mask.
Okay, here we go. I think I got the scores correct, by the way. Let's get that saved. Okay. So Ovo's out in front by probably about 2 seconds. 5 hitting that red beaker. That's not good for him, actually.
And Ovo's already overlapping someone. Now he needs to be careful because Yan may hit him. Which would be allowed.
It looks like some of the Penta players are getting hit as well. Might see a little bit more movement here. We see Javich is actually the one in 3rd place right now.
Not even sure who's in 2nd place. Looking at the last match, it seems to be Exertio actually. So he's playing Drift. So we don't even have a full speed lobby at the moment, which is
no. I think there's actually 2 people playing Drift and then Javich playing Excel.
Yeah, we have Drift and Acceleration players in a competitive lobby, which is very rare.
Oh wait, no. This match they're actually playing.
Oh,
speed.
So it actually switched.
They switched it. They switched for Slide. There's kind of a myth that people think that the yellow fire or the whatever 3 boost that you get for Drift is faster than Speed, but it's not.
Yeah, it's
just so we're actually clear.
Yeah. I completely forgot that the last match was happening on Slide Coliseum, which is why we've seen people using the Drift class. But yeah, just to debunk that myth, the yellow fire that Drift gets is not faster than Speed is with orange fire.
Yeah. It is a myth that people believe just because the Drift's 3 boost has like a brighter color to it. It's kind of strange that it even does that.
Yeah, the fire itself increases the speed of Drift relatively more than orange fire does for Speed, but since the base speed of the Drift class is lower, the relative increase is also lower.
Yeah.
The fire itself is faster, but the class is still slower. That's basically the gist of it.
Yeah. We'll pull into 10 points on that one as well. Still has the possibility to pull his 80 bomb. Doing well.
Yeah.
Poland falls back. I believe a single point? Yeah. Single point.
And yeah, it's also worth mentioning the Drift class actually gets more reserves than all upper classes. However, the amount that Drift gets more is ever so slight.
Yeah, when I did the testing for it, they got like 2 frames more worth of reserves.
Yeah,
but I've heard mixed results. So
yeah, the amount of reserves that Drift gets more is a fraction of a second. It's a small fraction of a second. It's a couple frames that Drift gets more. I can actually look it up again if you can find the video. But yeah.
Okay, so 8-point lead for Poland coming into race 5, which is going to be Cortex Castle. Big question is, are we going to get a host swap halfway through?
Yeah, so basically for one perfect boost, Drift gets 0.09 seconds more of reserves, which is basically 3 frames.
Nice.
Yeah, 3 frames per one full boost, like perfect boost.
So that means when you boost 10 times, you get a full second more.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not a crazy difference, but it can make a difference, I guess.
Javich tries to get the pass on 5 there, gets taken down.
And Ovo with the mask in 8th place. I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious.
Will he be able to rip through the pack like he's done so many times before? Does the nice outside tack.
I
Pulls
mean,
3 missiles though. It's not really what you really want on this track, I feel.
yeah. Like, missiles on this track are not really super effective. Like, they are very ineffective, actually.
There's like 2 spots you can use one to a full effect.
Yeah.
Actually, this is actually a good spot to use one.
Yeah, but the main issue is that missiles generally have a hard time following players due to the geometry of the track, because every corner is like a 90-degree corner. Missiles have a really hard time of actually turning around the corner, and most of the time they end up just bonking into the wall.
I love that is generally the case until you use a missile after like the courtyard. Like if he uses a missile as they get into this straightaway, that what the fuck?
Oh,
I'm not sure what happened there actually.
I think he accidentally braked because he lost fire pretty much instantly. I don't think he ran out of reserves.
Yeah. Yeah, if he actually uses that missile like right there at that first boost pad, basically the missile will follow them all the way through this spiral here.
Yeah. But then again, Ovo also used the missile on the uphill, which is... I mean, if you use a missile on the uphill, it's gonna explode instantly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ooh, and he gets taken down as well. It's now in 8th place. 5, meanwhile, way out in front. Decent gap ahead. Actually, in general, we see Poland with the top 3. Ooh, and the clock comes out. I think that must have been from Team Poland as well, because although it had a mask, like, there's no way that wasn't communicated. Alright, so for lap 5, at least Ovo has full, like, maxed out reserves. But is he going to be able to do anything with that?
I mean, I guess he can get probably 1 position from Javi, but I think that's also pretty much it.
Yeah. I don't think he'll be able to catch anybody else.
Sick Nitro Dodge. Ovo is generally very good at evading backspam. You really have to say that. It's just...
He's nuts. That's all it is. His reaction times are just absolutely insane.
But you know what I'm kind of missing from all of those races that we've seen today? We don't see anyone go for the God Shield. Not that it really matters, but nobody did it.
Yeah.
I mean, people proclaimed that it would destroy the game.
It has not had a single effect yet.
Yeah, so far we haven't seen any effects that wasn't accidental.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, technically there was a match with Saudi Arabia that had a God Mode shield, and there was like an adverse effect of it, like, because the player ended up going out of their way to take out pretty much every single item.
Yep, that's definitely true, but it was definitely accidental. And yeah, but so far we haven't
seen one since. Yeah.
Which is also pretty good that we aren't seeing any impact of the God Mode shield, because then we can just ignore it from the rule set and just basically allow it as it is. Because
it's hard as fuck to enforce as it is.
Yeah, it's just...
You have to basically find that somebody rolled a shield, hit an item, and that shield didn't break from hitting the item. You know what I mean? You in that point, the rule would basically have to say, well, if you roll a shield and for whatever reason you hit an item and the shield doesn't break, then you're forced to shoot it away into the wall.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only way you could do it.
Yeah, but realistically, the God Mode shield just is so risky to set up, and it's just so luck based also.
Yeah.
That I don't think we will ever see it really impact the match beyond triggering it accidentally.
Yeah, I mean, it literally requires you to hit a red beaker, right?
Yeah.
Like, it has to be a red beaker, yeah.
Yeah, which means you basically are you are losing fire for it. Basically, this is a guarantee.
Yeah.
Since you need to hit a beaker, you will also lose all reserves that you have, which means you may cancel out the effect of a super engine. You may cancel out any other item effect that you have, and yeah, it may put you in a very uncomfortable spot.
Yeah, there's only one possible way I would say that it ends up being something you could set up and it would be good. Is think of like on Mega Mix Mania or whatever, if you set up a green or a red beaker on like one lap right before the big drop. Like if basically if you set it up on a big speed ghost, I could see it being useful, and that would be kind of nuts. But other than that, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's even then it's just luck based since you may not get another shield at all.
Yeah. Okay, so now the lobby is repopulating because they did actually go with a host switch. I believe 5 is the host now. I know 5 did say that they're gonna have a slight roster change for Poland in the second half. So for the rest of the match, I mean, we've got Tiny Arena, Hot Air Skyway, Barren Ruins, Prehistoric Playground, and then Oxide Station. 2 of those are relatively long tracks, actually. One will be, or both of them will be probably about 5 minutes or so. Hot Air Skyway and Prehistoric also kind of lengthy, but not quite as much.
I mean, Prehistoric Playground is roughly as long as Oxide Station. Hot Air Skyway is only a little bit shorter, so generally that's a long second half. That's definitely true. Especially with Tiny Arena being in there. Like Prehistoric Playground, Oxide Station, Tiny Arena, those are all some of the longest tracks in the game.
Does that mean Prehistoric should be relatively shorter, though? I would have put it closer to Hot Air Skyway's time.
No, it's actually, in 3 laps, there's a 14-second difference at the world record.
Okay.
And Oxide Station is actually the third longest track in the game.
Yeah, Oxide Station is right after Electron Avenue. Or Tiny... is like, which one of the 2 is longer? Is it Tiny Arena or Electron Avenue? I think it's Electron... or I think it's Tiny Arena now, right?
Yeah,
because
it's I mean, if you don't go for poles with, then it's Electron Avenue, but if you go for it in the Tiny Arena.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you don't speed ghost, I would probably say that Electron's the longest one for sure. Yeah. Okay, we're getting into the loading screen now. Getting ready for Tiny Arena. And we do have Silver was subbed in. I do believe that was Matty that was subbed out. Yeah. So, everybody kind of going for really tight lines right off the bat. I don't know if anybody hit a box at all. Actually, a couple people did. So getting squished here and then shielded. Yeah. Actually, do see one of the Costa Ricans was out in front. Not anymore. A little bit of a battle going on back here.
Fun fact is probably Overwest currently has the time trial world record on Tiny Arena.
Oh,
so
wow. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, he took it back a couple of days ago. He got a 2:47:30. Yeah, it's a current world record.
Damn. Yeah, I actually had no idea. Cool.
He had it before, but he got beaten by Wabi Sabi in the meantime. He took it back now. So yeah. And then again, he sees himself in 7th place, which is
Yeah.
not a place you want to be in. Honestly, I feel like a mask is not the item that you want on Tiny Arena because you're just so fast and Tiny Arena has such tight turns and I don't know. Whenever I get a mask on Tiny Arena, it always feels like it's wrong.
Yeah.
Wow, how did 5 avoid that missile? Oh,
I
and
don't know.
over getting bombs.
Yep,
Wow,
there he goes.
And he gets back bomb. No, he doesn't get it, but still very good item usage there.
Ooh, if 5 does this... Nah, never mind. I was about to say, if 5 does this the smart way, you could actually try to get some blue fire, but... Eh. Yeah, he could have gotten it, I think. Oh, well. Guess he would rather have this shield anyways. It's probably smarter. Darsk still out in front, though.
And Ovo is taking some really tight lines. Oh, that's gonna be... he's gonna explode. Ah, that nitro. And he... Whoa! Double interaction, okay. Yeah, he actually manages to hit 5, but 5 also beakers him. He gets squished and now missiles him. Woo!
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
5's just getting comboed now. Oh, and a warp orb came through right then, too.
Honestly, I feel like Overwest could have been second by now.
Yeah.
But he just kinda took the TNT that was placed tight there. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we still actually do see Darsk is out in front, though. There's like a massive gap between him and second place. And Ovo pulls the clock.
The crazy thing is this race on Tiny Arena is much more aggressive than what I am personally used to. Because on Tiny Arena, you usually see players being all over the place. And in this race, it's only really the top 2 that's kind of secluded from the rest of the pack.
Mm-hmm. So Ovo using that clock and then moving all the way up into 3rd place now. Chances are he's probably not really gonna move up into the top 3, I don't think. I mean, top 3 I guess is a maybe at this point, but
oh, the back mister.
Does that actually land?
I think it only took a blue shield away.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Obo, yeah, he can't outline Jan so much that he will catch up. But if Jan makes a mistake, we could very well see it, especially with that missile.
Yeah. Let's see, yeah, for the rest of this race, he's probably not going to make any sorts of plays. Wait,
oh, he's actually put the shield away to get the back missile?
Oh, he hit!
Wow!
Wow!
It's a sick back missile.
I don't know if it's gonna make a difference, but that's definitely some sort of demoralization. Pulls in the third place. Dark still gets the win there. Nice for him.
Yeah, the back
be
was
winning.
unfortunately.
I think this is winning.
Yeah, this is a win by 3 points.
Okay, cool. Especially since I missed it, so I'm gonna have to go back. Yeah, Ovo making some hyper aggressive plays there. Definitely showing that he definitely can just move through the pack with these. Alright, there we go. Shut. Close. Okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna switch the scenes back while I do the scores. Next chart. Butter. Okay. Put on the adequate music while I update the scores. Should be Ooh, Ovo gets the back bomb right off the start, but goes for a big cut. Way too big for him to be able to chew. Drops all the way back into 8th place because of it. First, I think it's kind of... wait. Oh, it was actually somebody behind him.
I'm actually surprised that 5 didn't go for the Wumpas there, because he could have juiced up the mask and then... I mean, yeah, I guess it kind of worked out this time, considering that it only was Xerxio was ahead of him, so the mask just held long enough for him to take out Xerxio, but he could have juiced up the mask for sure. Oh, and he gets squished by his own teammate?
Ovo works his way all the way up now into the top 3.
In 3rd place? Oh, and he gets... I'm not even sure.
I don't know what just happened there or why. Because I don't know why he didn't use that mask as he was going through there.
That's the same. That's the same what I am wondering right now. Oh, and he can't get the TNT off, but... Oh, and... Ooh, what the...
wow, this is
I mean... Interesting. Okay, so you've seen a lot of interactions and someone actually coming with he now has to use the mask. I guess actually it's crazy. Yeah, using the shield now is pretty wise since he's not protected against anything, and he can take and he gets a 5th place mask.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay.
Someone is definitely hyper smurfing right now.
Ovo continues the hyper smurf.
He gets a missile to take out the next player. I mean, not gonna lie, he always kind of gets the item that he needs in some way.
Now he's up into 3rd place now.
Yeah, with Javich
getting the overtake.
Yeah, getting the overtake. It's now Ovo's place to actually overtake Janne, who now has no blue fire.
Will he be able to, though? It's a very big gap between him and Yane.
Yeah, fun fact, Overwest also very strong on Hot Air Skyway. His time trial record on Hot Air Skyway is very close to the world record, so he definitely knows how to go fast on this track.
This is, I mean, I keep on talking about him, being just insane overall, but I mean, looking at how close to world records his time trial records are, and then combining it with like his just insane reaction speeds with items, because you usually see it only being a one or the other kind of thing. Somebody's either a really good time trialer that can hold their lines and just overall run ahead.
Just look how fast he's gaining on Jan and actually takes him out now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Javich still holding his own up there in the front, probably is going to be locked into the first place. So we'll probably end up with a top 2 here for Team Costa Rica.
Wow, he takes that cut that saves almost nothing in a real race and loses 20 seconds if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
Strong finish for Costa Rica. They definitely made some important plays here.
Yes, sir. Hey, and even yeah, they got a top 3 here.
Yeah. Top 3
and 6th.
6th place. That's 15 points, so there's only 1 point difference now.
Wow. Actually, staging
really
a comeback. Yeah.
Really. Today we are finally seeing the close matches that we've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. Said this pretty much every single time so far that we're just kind of like, man, this one looked like it was going to be a close match, and then it ends up not being a close match.
Yeah.
Yeah, these have been fantastic matches to watch. Okay, let's see. They hadn't even loaded the podium yet. Probably the fastest that I've gotten the scores done so far.
1 point difference. Insane. And actually 5 over West being almost tied in points. Yeah, to put over West's points into perspective, most people kinda average on about 50 points in an
for the
entire
whole war. Yeah.
For the whole war. That's like the average for a winning team, is that one player has around 50 points on average. I would say it's around that. And yeah, I mean, Overwest has those points after 7 races. So, yeah.
Yeah, like, the
He's
chances
definitely
I'm getting his 80 bomb this time are very slim, not completely impossible, but...
Yeah. I mean, he will definitely end up between 70 and 80 points for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt in my mind. So next track coming up is Barren Ruins. Gonna get ready to get started on it. See, Ovo has changed his character once again. Now you guys understand why I'm not changing the icon for his character, because fuck that.
Oh, and he actually goes wide to avoid getting hit, but gets hit nonetheless, so yeah.
Yep. 5 pulls ahead, little ways.
Oh, that TNT will probably explode.
Yep, just barely.
Yeah, you needed
5 will
one
be able to
more.
run away even further. Gets the trapped shortcut there. Actually, Beaker's his own teammate with it, though.
Oh,
I
and
know he
gets
called it out.
probably.
Yeah, Ovo now all the way down into 8th place. But that's not the first time we've seen him in 8th place and end up somehow in the top 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him to actually end up in second when the race ends.
Yep.
I mean, we have seen it before, so I'm not gonna assume that he's gonna end up in 8th place.
Yeah.
I mean, his item usage isn't perfect by any means. We kind of see him stack masks, even though using 2 masks in succession just cancels out the first mask. So yeah, you can definitely see that he lacks the refinement of an actual support player. But as far as like his front running position goes, he plays well with items in general for sure. He knows how to make good plays,
Mm-hmm.
but of course he lacks a bit of refinement.
Yeah. And 5 actually lost fire right before the big boost pad, so
Yeah,
lost
not
a little
that-
bit of time.
not that losing fire really matters anyway on this track,
Yeah.
because in general the second fire on this track isn't particularly fast.
No. Ovo kind of battling it out back here. He's still getting ready to get into the 5th lap, and he's down here in 7th place.
Yeah, Baron Ruins is one of those tracks where positions don't really change substantially after the first lap or after the first corner.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, that's an exaggeration, but in general, Baron Ruins is one of those tracks where positions are mostly set after lap 1. Or
Then the clock comes out while Ovo is using a mask. He's already up into 4th place.
I mean, yeah, that can happen, I guess. Oh, and he gets the clutch missile to actually make 3rd place here.
I mean, that's his team.
Oh, he gets sheared.
Oh my god, wait. That's a team kill, I think. Is he going to be able
Wow.
to secure that? No, he actually loses a place because of that.
Interesting.
A little bit of lack of communication possibly there, coming out from Darsk. It was
I mean-
not a team kill? Okay.
Not that there was any need to even go for the shortcut, but I guess he did.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm just not used to seeing him hit items.
Mm.
But let's get that switched over. We'll update the scores here.
Yeah, Poland's gonna pull a bit further ahead now, but of course everything is still open for Costa Rica.
Yeah. Let's see here. Got 5 points. Yane with the 8. That actually, I was gonna say that's the lowest position we've seen Ovo get for this war, but not quite, actually.
Yeah, he has been 7th once.
Yeah. Dirt. Should be correct. Poland now ahead by 12 points. Yeah, this is still definitely a really tight match coming into the last 2 races.
Yeah, I kind of like seeing those close races that we've had today.
Yeah, again, like,
I can't believe how Colombia versus Italy went, but
yeah, it just blows my mind. That match in general just absolutely. I think it's just gonna be bigger after, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it, but imagine if we get the 3-way tie in Group B. It is not impossible. That is the part that just ugh.
It's not impossible. That's definitely true. But actually, I don't know. It's such a low chance, and I just can't see it happening.
I can't either. But again, like the fact that we literally had a mock match, that had the same exact score necessary for this.
The tie was probably the least likely outcome, and the tie actually changed so many things. It's actually crazy. It changed the dynamic of Group B completely. It's insane.
Ovo getting knocked out right at the start.
I mean, pretty good position to get knocked out actually, since he got hit before the fire pad, and he also had a turbo canister in storage, which means he has an easy time actually getting blue fire back.
And now he's got infinite reserves.
Yeah, now he has reserves for the last 3 races.
3 super engines are ready. 4 super engines are ready.
I mean, the 5th place super engine is not even that common. It's actually pretty rare item roll if you wanna go there. Doesn't squish Xerxio. Not sure what to think about that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. He's already up into 2nd place, by the way.
Still in 2nd. What? And he has a substantial lead already. Holy shit. Yeah. I mean, catching up to 5 is difficult, but he can probably secure at least 2nd place. Honestly, I feel like this entire match is basically a match between the 2 team captains. Because,
yeah, it really is.
Yeah, because I mean, we can see in the score chart that most of the matches are battle between Ovo and 5. It's like the entire match, because both countries have one player that is so far ahead of everyone else, and it's the same for both of these countries.
Yeah,
we really see it come into play here.
And it's like, that's not even to say like everybody else that's on their team is really bad. It's literally that these 2 players are some of the best that we actually have in the community.
Yeah, it's not that as you said, it's not that the team is bad, it's just that these 2 players are even further beyond that level.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, and Ovo gets hit with the back bomb as well.
Yeah, really good back bomb.
5 defending his top spot right now. A huge gap now for 5 ahead of 2nd place. Should have 1st place on lock, basically. Ooh, Ovo.
What I really like is that Ovo is actually using the rear cam. A lot of people don't really use rear cam. They don't use it when they are in top spots. They don't use it when they are in back spots. And not using a rear cam puts you at a real disadvantage. And we really need to see more people making use of a rear cam. It's so useful.
Yeah, again, it's just like we've said that like Ovo's item play maybe not be the absolute best, like on the same level as maybe a support player, but his intuition is still really good.
That's definitely true.
Definitely, even as like a front runner, doesn't think twice about using rear cam to make sure he gets the correct timing for a lot of stuff.
He definitely has the decision making of a support player while having the skill of a front runner, and I think that's really what makes him as good as he is as a player.
Yeah. So,
because I've also seen players having the skill of a supporter but the decision making of a front runner.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
why don't you at me next time?
Yeah. No, I'm not even talking specifically about you, but even within Team Germany, I've seen those kind of people, and Yeah, when you're playing support, but all you go is tight lines, and you're ignoring boxes and ignoring Wumpas and not using rare chem, that's not gonna work out. Yeah, it's like you really need to have the decision making that you need for the position you are in.
Yeah. Okay. Get those scores updated. Got the screenshots. And actually, 5 is not possibly going to be able to get the 80 bomb either, but the battle really has come down to 5 versus Ovo for the scores.
I mean, yeah, it was kind of to be expected.
Yeah. And Javich, I know, absolutely loves prehistoric playgrounds, so that's why he pulled that really strong finish there in 8th place. Almost likes it as much as he likes Koala Carnival.
Both are great tracks.
You know, for the longest time, Javich didn't even have Velo beat on Koala Carnival until the dev times came out.
Oh. Wow.
He literally did like the Oxide time, I think, if even, and then just never played it again.
That's kind of relatable. I mean, if you play Acceleration, then the developer time on Koala Carnival is actually fairly difficult. I mean, unless you go for the new Hakka SG, I guess. I guess then it's a bit easier, but that speed goes is hard enough on its own.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the 140 developer time is actually fairly difficult to attain under normal circumstances.
Yeah, if you don't SG with Acceleration, you can barely beat the time.
Yeah, I think the world record without SG is like a 139, but just barely.
Yeah, I want to say 139, like 70, maybe even 60 is what you can get with XL without an SG.
Yeah, but of course, if you go for the Hakka SG, then you can shave off a second, probably.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. We do see one of the Costa Rican players gets a nice lead at the start. And Ovo taking out everybody, by the way.
Ovo actually slowed down at the beginning, which frontrunners usually do, but he bets on getting a mask, actually got the mask, and is now in second place with a good lead, actually, because he is enclosed by his own teammates, and they're actually top 4, so pretty favorable position. And now we just have to hope that none of the Polish players pull the Warbob, because if they do, it's looking grim. And it seems like nobody pulled a Warbob. We actually see Ovo not even taking any particularly tight lines or anything, but he's just basically keeping 4th place. Not even sure what he's planning to, because I would assume that he was more likely to run away, but it seems like he would actually keep holding onto a 4th place for some reason. Oh, somebody of their team lost fire, okay. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, 5 gets it, despite his best effort to take out Ovo.
Yeah. Now he's getting comboed.
Yeah,
moves his way up into top 4.
Yeah, Ovo West gets another shield. Not surprising, considering he's on 3rd place, which has the highest chance to roll a shield.
And actually Costa Rica in general in top 4 now.
Yeah, but one again lost fire.
Yeah.
They keep losing fire for some reason. We've first seen Javic lose fire, and now we are seeing Bragg Stream lose fire. So
And 5 over here pulls a clock.
yeah, not that it really matters much considering Ovo has blue shield.
Yeah.
But,
But
yeah.
first
I mean,
place doesn't, and again, top 4 is Costa Rica
Yeah.
again.
yeah, I mean, then again, look at the minimap, and top 3 is so far ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they basically want to use the clock after top 4 has passed the STP. But then again, if they wait any longer, they also might roll shields. So
Yeah.
it's a difficult decision.
Javic loses fire again. By the way.
Then again, if we see a top 4, we are going to see a tie. By the way.
Oh my god. Kind of a low chance of that happening right now. Javic keeps on losing fire. And he's currently now all the way back in 7th? Or 8th, maybe even?
Yeah, he's in 8th place.
Yeah. Alright. Still see Darsk, I believe, is that one that is out in front, and Ovo in 2nd place.
Oh, Over is fire, rare.
Yeah.
Side, but he's so far ahead, it doesn't matter at all. Like
Yeah.
he could get hit by 3 orbs and whatnot, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, at this
Five
point,
is still holding onto the clock.
is he? I'm wondering if he's even honestly going to use it at this point. The race is almost done, and
Yeah,
like Ovo's
and-
getting ready to cross the finish line in the next like.
Oh, and he's actually holding onto the wall.
Wow.
Styling around.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
at
I
this
guess
point, it doesn't even look like they're going to throw the clock at the very end
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it seems like they are not.
I mean, because the main idea is they just needed to make sure that they didn't get bottom 4.
Yeah, and this also means, since 5 is 4th, this means that, yeah,
Yep.
Poland won the
Poland
match.
secures the victory here.
A close match for the most part, really. The end result only has a point difference of 4 points now, since Costa Rica got 15 points from that race. So they won, but they won barely.
Yeah, it's extremely close. Yeah, let me get the scores updated just to be sure here. But yeah, I think it's definitely a single-digit difference.
Yeah, it's a 4-point difference. Yeah, also commentary for France versus Brazil is probably not going to happen since nobody is available.
Rip.
Yeah. It's a shame, but
Don't want to commentate by yourself.
yeah, no, it's not gonna be interesting.
Alright, yep, there was a 4-point difference between the two, just barely pulling it out versus Costa Rica there. Definitely two very close matches that we had today.
Yeah, we had 2 really good matches today. That's definitely true.
Okay, and with that, I literally have to leave, like, right now. So I think there's gonna be another, well, aside from Brazil and France playing today, they will be posting their individual stream links in the live ticker if you want to watch those guys on their own. I guess we're not gonna have a commentary stream for that. And I do think it's possible USA plays tonight. Either that or that's tomorrow. I'm not sure if they have confirmed that or not yet. So definitely keep that out. Keep an eye out in the schedule channel for the World Cup. And definitely we have more matches being played tomorrow as well. So I will see you guys then. Thank you for watching, and
Yeah.
have a good rest of your evening.
I'm gonna raid Sparta.
Fucking, I don't even have anything open.
I mean, you can raid Sparta. Yeah, he's streaming CTR.
CRS.
Either CTR, either Sparta or Vizzy, probably.
Okay.
I would say.
Sparta's being raided. Go there, say hi, and I'll see you guys either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.